Okay, so we've already got the movies laid out. I will name the movie, and then you just have to tell me what you think it should be ranked at. We have S, A, B, C, and D. I doubt we're going to get to the D tier at all, but we'll go ahead and jump in with our first one we got right here. I'll try to do it in the order that we covered them, but I might get that order mixed up a
All
little
right.
bit. So, starting off, we have The Terminator.
I think it's just a classic S rank right there.
That's an S rank right there for sure. Put that in S. Then we have, I mean, for I'll just briefly give my thoughts on that. So it's a perfect movie. It's got the perfect story. It's got the perfect script. The action is incredible for 1984 standards, and this is probably in the Mount Rushmore for Arnold movies. And this is a great James Cameron movie as like his first big break movie. This is definitely the one I like to watch the most, other than like Total True Lies, where they reunite. Anyway, I just thought that was important to say. Then we have First Blood. I feel like
I also had this as S.
you have this as S.
I did, but I could talk it down.
I think you have to take this one. Uh, I'm trying to think here. I mean, like I always think to myself, is this movie as good as something like Terminator? I feel like A is a pretty strong contender for
I
First
put
Blood.
I'd be happy with it.
I think that's fair. I don't know. I love First Blood. I think it's the best of the Rambo movies, but I don't know if I'd put it at S. I don't know. That's a tough sell.
We'll put it A for now.
We'll put it at A for now. Next is Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
It's a classic C.
Classic C. Yeah, I could probably see it at C. I could probably see it at B. Um, I feel like I had said when I watched the movie, the dialogue was just kind of shallow, and I kind of felt like the best thing it had going for it was like the last 20 minutes. So I feel like C is pretty accurate. That's the C is like average. That doesn't mean it's like bad. It just means it's pretty average.
It's
Of
not
this,
D or F. It's just average.
no,
C was as low as I went.
yeah. So then we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's got to be S.
It's got it's got to be S.
That's got to be S. That's not even a contest. Up next is what did we do next? We did Predator.
He was Predator.
Yep.
A.
Predator A. Yeah, that's a good A. That's a good A. Predator's A. It falls just short of Terminator in terms of Arnold movies. It's really great, and I love how it subverts the expectations of what being a uber badass action hero looks like when you're faced with something as badass and uber as the Predator. Um, I just think some other movies do that subversion just a little bit better, like Die Hard, for instance, which is the next one on the list. I feel like you gotta make Die Hard S.
I agree.
I feel like that's just like it's a great subversion of the action
It,
tropes in
it's a
movies.
Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie. It automatically gains 10 points to Gryffindor.
Hell
And
yeah.
I think it just works. I think it just works really well in that
Hey, we're
regard.
Ravenclaws in this. We're not. We're Ravenclaw, buddy.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Um, yeah, I feel bad for you, but it's okay. Up next
I feel bad for you, son.
is Beverly Hills Cop.
I was gonna put a B on this one.
Really? Put a B? Because the action's not really like that great in this movie, I noticed.
No,
So for action
and I
jack
liked it,
offs,
but I wanted to. I wanted. I just out of all of them, I had to put something in B.
yeah, I mean, B for Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Demolition Man. I
Classic C.
I feel C. I gotta give it B.
No, it's classic C.
Classic C. Are you kidding
We put
me?
it right there next to Mad Max. Come on.
I'm gonna have to fight you on this.
No,
Come
come
on,
on.
it's a B. Okay,
We got so
fine.
many more Arnold, or sorry, we have so many more slime movies.
You're right. You're right. I'll put it in C. I'll put it in C. I won't fight you
Hell
again.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Then we have the Fast and the Furious.
We could also put this one in C or B.
I think this is a good C. I think this is like not.
Yeah,
This is
I
not.
agree.
It's not a bad movie, but I wouldn't put it above. I would say,
Below
uh,
Beverly Hills Cop.
yeah, below Beverly Hills Cop for sure. And then we've got Speed. Speed is now added to the echelon. The 10th movie. What do we got
I'd
there?
give it a good A or so ranking, I'd say.
That is so fair. That makes so much
I was
sense.
gonna say I was gonna say S, but then I was like, but it's not quite Terminator.
No, it's not quite there. Which leads me to the next part of the tier list, ranking them within each tier. So
Yeah.
start with S. It's Terminator, Raiders, Die Hard. I feel like you have to put. I feel like
Ah,
you gotta put Raiders above Terminator.
yeah. Yeah, you gotta yeah, it's probably the best out of everything we've done so far, it's probably the best movie.
Like out of just like every movie so far, that is just like a great movie for all ages.
Yeah. And it's just spectacular.
But then I think following that, Terminator and then Die Hard, I think is a pretty fair ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then moving into A tier, it's right now it's First Blood, Predator, and Speed.
I feel like it's gotta go Predator Speed.
Yeah, fair. And then First Blood kind of gets bumped to bottom A tier, which
But hey,
feels
being the bottom of air, that feels right. For right now.
it feels right for Predator and Speed. It feels a little disrespectful to First Blood. I'm not gonna lie, because I like First Blood.
Hey,
First
it can
Blood's
move up.
it can
Hey,
it can have a chance to move up.
motherfucker, I said S for First Blood originally. I don't want to hear this.
I know it's just can you really look at First Blood and say that's an S tier movie? Because I think it really starts to fall off towards the third act.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The next time we do this with 10 more movies, it will probably be the middle of A rank.
True, true. Um,
It's
Be-
just the standings right now.
Beverly Hills Cop is by itself, so we skip that. And then C tier, right now it's Mad Max 2, Demolition Man, and Fast and the Furious. I feel like we have to put Demolition Man at the top of C tier. Like it's almost
Yeah,
B
it's
tier.
Demolition Man, Fast and the Furious, then Mad Max.
Really? You think Fast and Furious is better than Mad
I
Max
mean,
2?
would you rather watch Fast and the Furious or Mad Max again?
Uh
I've just personally, I would find myself watching at least scenes from Fast and the Furious before I would ever find myself watching Mad Max 2 again.
that's fair, I guess. That again just feels it feels pretty disrespectful to Mad Max 2. Um
Again, there's gonna be worse movies.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. All right, just I feel like Fast and the Furious is probably the worst one we've done so far. So putting Mad Max 2 below
Ah,
that
I just, I
seems a
just feel, I
little
feel like it would be Mad
counterproductive.
Max. Mad Max was the one I had on the lowest so far.
I'll concede. I'll concede on that because I was the one that I was
Hey,
the one. Go ahead.
I- I'd be happy to move up Demolition Man one spot if you'd like to fair trade.
To B tier.
I'd move it up to B tier, but then I would put Beverly Hills Cop in front of it.
That's fine. That's I went ahead and did that because that's what I kind of figured was gonna happen.
Fair trade.
Fair trade. Okay, so that's our list right there. It's the end of this tier list. Obviously, when we get to 20 movies, we'll do this again and we'll add it to the tier list, or we'll just do it like as we go. Hard to say. We'll figure that out.